Hey everyone, I'm feeling a little bit shaken up still because of what was in this box. I don't get shaken up very easily. I've been through enough psychological impacts, positive and negative, through life that I tend to kind of just cruise fairly level, not spiky like this with the good times and the bad. I try to stay pretty even, but every once in a while something still comes along that just breaks that into a million pieces. This was a gift from a fan. A person just emailed me out of the blue. It's an average type of fan, type of person who's not super active in the comments, not on Patreon or anything like that, just the normal type of fan, somebody who simply watches my videos and enjoys them. And this person enjoys with their family. Emailed me and said, hey, I've got some Lego stuff, some particular Lego stuff that I have no use for, and it's a shame that I have no use for it. I was wondering if you had a use for it. Now, I get emails like that from time to time, and usually I end up telling the person, usually it's going to be like a big collection or something, and they're like, I'm not into Lego anymore. I've got a bunch of stuff, would you like this? And I'm thankful for those offers, but generally I redirect them and say, hey, you should, if you've got a bunch of stuff to donate, you should donate it to like some folks who are in need. Find a charity organization. And there have been ones that I've worked with in the past, and I give some recommendations, and that's how that goes. In this case, this was not somebody who was getting out of Lego entirely. They just have some particular stuff. They've got plenty of Lego. They're keeping Lego. They're staying with Lego. They're going to continue to build Lego and continue watching my videos and enjoying it all together and everything. But they had some particular stuff that they weren't going to be able to ever really effectively use, and found it to be a shame that that stuff was not going to be used, because it needs to be used. So they offered it to me, and in this case, I actually accepted because they had thought it through, and I definitely could make good use of it and bring them more joy, because they watch the channels. They will get more joy out of seeing these very items put to good use in the not too distant future. And these are in amazing shape. Amazing shape. I'm assuming that this is first owner. Look at this. All this monorail track. I decided not to use monorail, a monorail setup in my zoo. I'm instead going to be using it in the cyberpunk district underneath my city, where I want to have just a ton of this stuff just snaking all through the buildings, coming in and out, lots of depth. There's a whole bag of just the little ones, the little short 3-inch ones. I even threw in a couple of these, which I love. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with them, but I've been collecting more and more of them. So, and they're in great shape too. One ramp and one platform. I haven't gotten to the good stuff yet. I have not gotten to the good stuff. All these straights? Are you kidding me? I had not even taken all this stuff out of the box yet. I just saw basically what's in there. And again, these are in amazing condition. Absolutely. Just there's an up. Okay, finally one that shows just a tiny bit of wear. Like, okay, here's a down, here's an up. What else? Here's another up. All right, this one's yellowed. Okay, this one I'll actually have to put into the peroxide bath to get cleaned up. And then 2 switches. Fantastic. And Oh, these are just connectors. Cool. I actually probably needed a bunch of these too. They are 1x4s. 1x4 old light gray plates to connect from the sides. I was not expecting this at all. All the supports. A ton of supports to hold these things up. Got a bunch of the big ones. Bunch of the small ones. Bunch of small ones over here. So that's a big help. Even if I end up not, I think I will use some of those supports to hold up some of these tracks, but I might end up using them somewhere else. They're special pieces, you know. And then these are just a couple of. They're printed. I thought those were stickers. Wow, they're printed. The little direction changers to work with the switches. So those would go on top of these. And you just line them up correctly. And that's the official way that those would be actuated back in the day. So all that's incredible and just tremendously valuable. Valuable in terms of, you know, monetary worth, but also valuable to me and just being some things that I really wanted more of and will be able to use a lot and to really good effect. I do hope. And that brings me, I'm starting to feel it again already because I've not been looking. I've only been looking at the tracks. But then as a completely unplanned, unexpected, unannounced bonus, to have my hands on this. And it's in darn near perfect condition. I haven't put a battery in there. I did see that there was some evidence of an old battery leaking at some point. A boo-hoo. I will clean that up. The actual original airport shuttle. Okay, again, a little bit of peroxide bath and it will be shining. There are very good, jeez, there are hardly any scuffs in these windows. I've never seen windows that old that are so clear. How is that even possible? I'm sorry, you don't have particularly good lighting there, but just the condition of this is incredible. And I don't care if it was beat up, if it was chewed up, scratched up, completely discolored, covered in muck, and didn't work. Still, to have an actual airport shuttle, it's so special. This is very much a unicorn thing for me, you know, and always want, maybe we'll never have sort of thing. Because I've considered it. I've considered just putting down the crazy amount of money that it takes to get the original set. And I mean, okay, maybe it's possible to get just the train for not too much money, but it's so special to me. It's always been a thing that I would look at pictures of and just think, I'm never going to have that. Because of the way that I think. I think, you know, I don't deserve it. You know, what good am I going to actually get out of it? The amount of time that I would have to put into reviewing it, and you know, I think about the work, and I think about, okay, I'm never going to keep, once I finish reviewing it, you know, if I got the full set, I wouldn't be able to keep it. You know, I would never want to take the parts apart and use them in my city. It doesn't belong in my cyberpunk district just as is. So I would end up just having to resell it, you know? But This is so much more than that, because this I'm actually going to keep probably for the rest of my life. So I now have this and will continue to have this. Just just to look at this. And then what I'm looking at most is the sticker on the side, which is also in amazing condition. But that's really, it's the sticker there, the red battery box, and then the red cover for the motor here. Those are the things that are really, really special about this, because they're unique. You can always get these parts, right? You can get yellow seats, you can get red plates, you can get red framed train windows, you can get that canopy piece, you can get all these things. You can even get monorail bases from some of the later stuff. I have a full monorail set from the second was it Unitron? I got one of those sets. Those are not as desired and thus a lot easier to get. They're also the newest, so they tend to be in the better shape. But this here and this here, and then connect to those all the rest of the good stuff here. I didn't even realize these had the sunroofs on them. Never noticed that before. That is just, it's just an amazing, incredible gift. And I'm so thankful. I just had to capture this. I didn't know what I was going to be saying in this video other than, hey, I got these gifts and then I got this. Isn't that just ridiculous? But I just had to capture this moment. Because like I said, I'm going to keep this. And I'm going to have this just like this. There are a couple pieces that are attached the wrong way on one side. I'll rotate those around. I will take this apart to clean up the yellowed parts. And then I'll clean up the battery box and I'll get it running. And it will be incredible. And I will probably have this for the rest of my life. And now I have documentation of the day I received it. So huge thanks. Of course, I'm going to send a letter back to the person who donated this, and you're going to be seeing this on at least one channel of mine in the future, and then it'll be just kept on display. It'll be run, and then it'll be kept on display, and it'll be cherished, and it'll be run every once in a while. And who knows, maybe there will come a point at some point in the future when I have maybe a different house, or do some sort of conversion, move some walls. Maybe my city will eventually take up this space here, or I'll have another city where I'll be able to put this into regular use, where it'll be part of something, not just on display. But no matter what happens, I am super thankful and super happy to have this. Something I never thought that I would. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.